Welcome to sunny Winter Haven, Florida. I'm Lane Dog Bowers, and today I'm talking about the right boom for a 2004 Nautique 206. And the first thing I want to tell you guys, some of you are like, well, hey, I don't have that one, or I have a different year, I have a completely different boat. The first thing I want you guys to know is that we have a boom to fit every boat, and we have a tower boom to fit the round tubing of any wakeboard tower. And the other thing I need you guys to know if you're watching this is that the Barefoot International Boom is the easiest way to learn to waterski, wakeboard, and barefoot at super slow speeds and without falling. So without further ado, let's jump into this. I've got this, I've already put this on the website on footersedge.com, but I'm also going to be talking to you guys. I think I can expand this a little bit, get it a little bigger so you can see. So I want to show you on this particular boat. Now don't worry if, like I said, if you don't have this exact boat, any boat that is, let's say less than 25 feet, we have a boom to fit. So in this particular boat, this is a mid-engine direct drive, and it's got both and I'll put a highlighter on this so you can see what I'm pointing at. It's got both a standard 2.5-inch diameter ski pylon in front of this engine, and it also has a wakeboard tower with a round tubing. So here's the deal. The bottom line is with this boat is there are two options, and a lot of people when they contact me about a boat like this are like automatically thinking tower boom, and tower boom is awesome. It works great with this boat, but actually, you'd have three options, but 99.9% of the people would only be concerned about the two options. You could also use a gunnel mount boom, but who would want to do that when you have both a ski pylon or a wakeboard tower? So what I recommend for this particular boat, my favorite setup, which is what I want to talk about first, is what we call our straight boom. The reason this is in this particular boat, you can see where the windshield ends. One of the things, if you have a mid-engine direct drive boat, is that we want to know where the end of this windshield is compared to where the ski pylon is. So in this particular boat, the Craft Nautique 206, the ski pylon is right here, and the end of the windshield ends way in front of where the ski pylon is. So in other words, if you took a string from one side of the boat and ran it across to the other side of the boat and put that string up against where that ski pylon is and then measured the inches between that and the end of the windshield, that's the measurement that we want. In this one, I can clearly see that it's more than, it doesn't end at it. It doesn't end 1 or 2 inches in front, and way in front. Now, so the reason that I like, a lot of people would want a contour boom if you know a little bit about booms, but the reason I like the straight boom, if you are using it out the passenger side. Now, honestly, on this boat, you could use a straight boom probably on either side, but if you look where the seat is right here, you might have to move your seat up a little bit. If you're a very big guy and you want that seat way back, there's another option if you want to go out driver's side. There's no right or wrong. Literally whatever you guys like. The vast majority of the people want the boom out passenger side in the US. In Australia, they like it out the driver's side. Again, no right or no wrong. So my favorite setup, and I'll tell you why, is our straight boom, which is, and I put the link in here to show it to you. And anybody, if you leave me your name, a comment with or just message me or text me, leave a name and email, the year, make, and model of your boat, I'll tell you exactly what you need. You guys don't have to worry about memorizing any of this, but for a boat that's of this type, the straight boom, as it sounds, is a perfectly straight boom, as opposed to having a contour or an angle on it. So that boom goes out, if you're going to use out passenger side, you'd put it not right against or behind this rear leg of this passenger side wakeboard tower, or the passenger side of the wakeboard tower, but you're going to put it in front of it and maybe angle it forward 15 degrees, somewhere in the middle here. And the reason for that is number one, it gets you further in front of the chine spray that comes off this boat. This boat isn't really bad with chine spray, but correct craft usually have a very big chine spray. So there's a couple ways we deal with that. My favorite setup for this is that straight boom with a 18-inch boom extension that goes in between the first and the second piece. It gets the skiers farther out of the chine spray. So when you're teaching at super slow speeds, for people to get up on, say your kids are getting up on a wakeboard or slalom ski or combo skis or even a wake skate or even barefoot, you want the kids away from the chine spray. The chine spray is brutal. If it hits a little kid in the face, even if you have a boom, they start to panic. If you do the other thing and accelerate to get out of the chine spray, it also will make them panic. So we want slow speeds away from the chine spray. So for the perfect setup for this boat, it'd be a mistake not to get the B110 boom extension. I'll show you that down below. Actually, I can, if you want, I can do it real quickly here. I'll show you the different options real quickly. If you go to the footer's edge, you click on booms, and I'll show you where are the boom accessories right here. The B110 boom extension is, I'd call that mandatory. That's this piece right here. It's got a male and a female end. It goes right in between the first and the second piece. This goes into the female end of the first section of the boom. Then your end piece with the two cables goes into the end of it. So that's basically, that's that accessory. Actually, let me go back if I can. And I'm going to show you the other, one of my favorite options. Now, if you have kids with small hands, I highly recommend this B111 kids handle. This mounts on the very end of the boom and has got a little Allen key that locks it in place. And then the other thing I really enjoy is the height adjuster. Let me see. It's not showing it here, but it's the B107 height adjuster. Let me type in B107 height adjuster. And the reason I like that, I would call that more of a luxury than the boom extension. But the reason I like that, here's what it looks like right here, is the height adjuster, and I'll go back to this picture real quickly. The height adjuster allows you to put the clamp in one spot on the boom and then leave it there and not change. Now, it's very easy if you don't want to spend the extra money on it. It's very easy. I'm not sure what happened here to my height adjuster, but here if it doesn't open up here, this is that's it right there. But okay, hold on, here we go. Okay, this is the height adjuster. You can see this section right here would go into the end part of the boom. So you put the clamp on the ski pylon, you put the height adjuster either below, pointed down, or above, pointed up, and then you can slide the pin into these spots, and so the male section of the boom, the square piece, goes into here. You can adjust it up or down super easy, and with a straight boom, it's so much easier. So anyway, let me get back to, let's see here. I'll adjust this real quickly. What happened? Let's see if we can get out of here. All right, let me use this picture while we're getting out of here. Let me get back to the blog, the footer's edge. Give me 1 second, and here's the Nautique 206. So I'm going to pull this up real quickly. So the boom extension goes out, and the reason I like this out the passenger side is because you can get that boom way forward. One of the big things that I really like about having a straight boom is if you guys are barefooters or you want to eventually barefoot, one of the things we do is we put the boom really high. I'm talking like 7 feet off the water, almost to the height of the wakeboard tower. With a straight boom, that's much easier to do. Why would you want to do that? Say you want to learn to barefoot at super slow speeds. When you put a rope on it, it's great for helping lift people kind of up out of the water, which allows you to go slower speeds. It's safer. Learning a backwards barefoot deep water start without falling. Learning side slides, 1 foots, all sorts of cool things you can learn at slower speeds with the boom real high. It's a luxury. Now, let's say you got, well, I just want to teach my kids to water ski. It's great because the height adjuster will also help you get the boom super low. And with the height adjuster, you don't have to slide it up into this narrowed section. We don't ever want to put the boom clamp on or near the tapered part. It has to stay below that. So with a height adjuster, you could put the boom clamp in one spot, put the height adjuster up, which would allow you to put the boom really low if you want. Now, another great thing about the height adjuster is if you, with this engine cover right here, if your engine cover, when you lift it up, sometimes that'll hit the boom clamp. So what you do is you put the boom clamp higher, put the height adjuster facing down, and then now you open up your engine cover without ever hitting the boom clamp. So anyway, if you don't know this boom, any of our booms, once it's set up, 1 to 2 minutes to take on and off. Now, the other thing about either the straight boom or the contour boom, now the contour boom is the exact same setup with the exact same accessories I recommend. It goes out the driver's side. And the reason that is if you want your seat way back. If your seat's way forward, you can use the straight boom off either side on this particular boat. With the contour boom, it's got a curve that goes around the seat. You still go in front of this tower, rear leg of this tower, and it goes out here. So the contour boom, no difference in price. The contour boom just kind of comes around the seat, gives you more room, and everything else is the same. So that's my first recommendation. The other option that you have, I want to get this because I'm blabbing on here, is I'll go down and I'll show you. One of the other options we have is our tower boom. You know, with this particular boat, you can attach, let me grab it real quickly. You can attach right here to the rear leg of the tower. So what we do with the tower boom is we take the main clamp, which will keep permanently if you want on here. It's not very big. It'd mount right as low as possible on the rear leg of the tower. Then you'd put one of the smaller clamps up high here. Then you put another one up here. Those got 2 adjustable arms that come down. I'll show you real quickly on what that looks like. On the tower boom. And then what you do is you can adjust those arms. They're super adjustable for our tower boom right here. You can see here's the 2 adjustable arms right here. This is the outer section with the 2 cables. This is the inner section, and then here's the 3 clamps that are required for this boom. So what you do is you would mount the main clamp down here, 1 clamp up here, 1 clamp here, and then the boom would come out not straight perpendicular. I would prefer that mount forward again so that it would get you further out of the chine spray. And then these arms have to be adjusted. Now, one thing to remember on a tower boom, and the reason I love tower booms, they're awesome. You can get them crazy high and you can get them very low as well for this boat. So both adjustable, but the tower boom has to be put on and off in either shallow water or next to a dock. Why? Because once it's set up properly, if you grab the end of if it's set up properly, the cables should be so tight that when you go to hook the carabiner up to the front onto this bow eye here, if you can just go up to the front and hook it, or if you're inside the boat and reach over and if you can just hook it up with no help, that's not set up correctly. The only safe way to have a tower boom is the cables should be so guitar string tight that someone has to grab the end of the boom and gently push it forward a couple inches. It's not hard. Anybody could do it. A woman or a kid could just push it forward, lean on a little bit. Then you hook up the carabiner. Then when it's done, you let go. Those cables are super straight, no slack, totally even. And we walk you through that. On any boom, we walk you through email and support, which you can go through the site, by email, by text, and we send pictures back and forth and make sure you guys get it right. Plus, we've got videos for this. So the tower boom's a great option. It can be mounted on either side of the boat, no problem. It does need to be put on and off in shallow water or next to a dock. Once it's installed, tower boom probably take you an hour or a little more to adjust or to put on the very first time. Then after that, 1 to 2 minutes, take it on and off, and it comes all the way off the boat. So, and you can store it for easy storage. So the reason, though, that I recommend the pylon mount boom for this is the ease of adjustment. You can literally, with that height adjuster, or even if you don't have the height adjuster, if you want to save the money and use the boom clamp, an open end wrench, loosen one side of it without any weight on the boom, and then push that clamp up or down, tighten up that one bolt, you're good to go. It moves in less than a minute and height adjust. If you want to do a height adjustment on the tower boom, however, you got to go back to shore, or be at a place where you can push on the end of the boom to loosen the cables. Then you got to adjust the adjustable arms, and anyway, that's how you do it. So you guys, that is the way. Those are the two options, that my favorite two options. Of course, you could use a gunnel mount boom, but let's not use that option right now. Pylon mount boom, tower boom, two great options for getting your family up and on the water at slow speeds and super safely. Now, for those of you guys who are watching this, if you guys are barefooters, I want you to do me a favor. I've got tons of great info. If you go to thefootersedge.com, I'll show you this real quickly, and you just scroll down to the front of the page and put your name and email in, I'll send you a free copy, which you can download, of my Be the Best Barefooter on Your Lake. And we got tons of great information, thousands of dollars of lessons that I've done that'll show you things like how to barefoot at super slow speeds without falling, how to barefoot behind the boat at as slow as 23 miles an hour, how to learn to back barefoot at super slow speeds and without falling. I'm talking like 23, 25. I don't care if you're 200 or 300 pounds. I can show you how to backwards barefoot at super slow speeds, like 23, 25 miles an hour, how to do 1 foot, side slides, front flip, front deep, all that great stuff. So anyway, that's it. That's my tutorial here on which boom you need for the Nautique 206. And I think that's all. If you guys would do me a favor, leave me a comment or click anywhere on the site. It's got where you can text me at 863-269-0786. Leave me a message. You can see my live support down here. You can email me, thefootersedge@gmail.com, or just leave your info in a comment. And if you have a different boat, leave me the name or the year, make, and model, and I will send you a quote for everything you need. God bless you guys. Have a great day and expect a miracle.